As an African American living in South Africa with a large platform, I think it's my responsibility to speak up and say that I don't see hate here.
Hi lovelies, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Belinda Burrs or Belly Dirt channel. Don't forget to please subscribe to this channel, turn on notifications so that anytime I upload videos, you will be the first person to be notified. To my returning subscribers, to those people that share my videos, leave commentaries, and educate each and every one of us, you guys are the real MVP. So lovelies, I'm gonna be your today's host, and I have so many stitches to put up here, and we're gonna come out to talk about it. Alright lovelies, let's dive into today's video.
As an African American living in South Africa with a large platform, I think it's my responsibility to speak up and say that I don't see hate here. I have seen nothing but love and kindness from all of the people that are here in South Africa for the most part. And it's actually been so much love, so much caring and kindness from the people that are here that I relocated. I've been here with my family for almost 2 years now. And the kind of love and acceptance that me and my family have been able to receive here is nothing short of amazing. It's nothing short of miraculous how I was able to leave one country and come to another one and be completely accepted. I am so sick of the rhetoric. I'm so sick of the narrative that we are not on the same page or we're not equally yoked or that we're in competition with each other, because in real life, that is not the case. In real life, everything is good here. And it's not because they think that I'm different or even the same as, but just because they respect me as a human and I respect them as humans, and we all get along. Things are good here. I think that a lot of us get wrapped up in social media and start thinking that TikTok beef is real life beef, and that is not the case. This phone, this screen is not real life. The things that are going on in real life every single day are the interactions that you have. If you've never been to Africa, don't speak on how African people are. It doesn't make sense to. And even if you have you visited all 54 countries to be able to say how all of them are? And vice versa. If you over here and you ain't never been over there, why are you speaking on what you think Americans are like or what you think they do? Me and my family and most of the people I know, we don't have no problem either way, back and forth. None of the people I know that are in Africa have problems with Americans, and none of the Americans that I know have problems with people that are in Africa. We need to stop all this negativity and just come together. Like I said, shit that's behind this screen is not real. TikTok is not real. This is social media. People get paid to have beef. People get paid for more views. So of course they're going to post the nastiest things that they can think of and shit that don't even make sense just so they can get more views and get paid more on both sides. What are we fighting about? I don't even understand. What are we fighting about? Matter of fact, what are y'all fighting about? Because I ain't fighting. I'm not fighting with nobody. I love all y'all, and I feel like most of the people here love me, and I'm grateful for that. And I think that if y'all came over here or y'all went over there, we would all see that. But I don't know. That's just my 2 cents.
Yo, so one of the biggest indicators that you're in Africa is that the fruit here is real. When you're American living in Africa, you can tell the difference. Just come visit. You can see the difference that when you eat meat or fruit, it's very organic here versus all the stuff that's allowed to be put in it in the States. So when I go out and I try to find watermelon at Whole Foods or anything, I can't find it. But if I go to a farmer's market at Leimert Park in Los Angeles, I can find the black seed. I went to Checkers in South Africa and I found this watermelon. And it was about 100 Rand, which is like $5 in the States. So also you're paying a different price point, but you're also getting the quality for way less money, and you know that it's organic. You know that it's black seeds in there, and that's how you can tell the difference.
What's absolutely crazy to me is when white South Africans, so-called, also known as European settlers on native land, when they are telling African Americans who visit South Africa to go back home because they're not welcome. I'm like, they're literally from Africa. African American. What? You know what? I'm gonna need, guys. Surely, if you are a settler, like on land, like your people invaded a whole country and then you settled here, and then through some sort of trickery, you manage to stay on the land. Then you want to be like people who are stolen from African land must go, but you crazy.
Yo, as a black American living here in South Africa, having a home like this was just a dream in America, coming from me, St. Louis, Illinois. But I was able to retire medically, and now I'm here, what you call living a soft life. You understand? I'm walking through pillars and shit like I'm a Roman emperor. But yeah, for the amount that I'm paying here, it'll cost me like 3 times as much in the States. I get to walk the streets without being harassed in a white neighborhood because my police are black. Yo.
Everybody's always asking me why I moved to South Africa. How did I choose Cape Town? Why am I thinking about moving to Durban? What do you mean, why? Maybe this will help you understand why I want to live in Cape Town, South Africa, or Durban, South Africa for the rest of my days. For the foreseeable future, I want to be beachside. I love it here. The people are so nice. Everybody is so kind and friendly. The food is so fire. And the vibe is just different. If you're in the States, if you've ever been to Hawaii, it's similar, but not the same. Not the same. I lived in Hawaii for 3 years, and I would say that living in Cape Town is better. It's better. It's just better. It's just better. This is why I moved. People ask me every single day, why did y'all move here? Why did y'all choose here? Girl, can you see? The sun is setting. It's 4:30. This is winter in Durban. Yeah, so that's why, guys. That's why I moved.
Hell, this don't even look like America. This looks better than America. So, this is what's happening. Let me show you where I'm at. Yeah. So, like these apartments here. These are apartments. You can actually buy these. You can actually live here. You can literally just live here. Your house could be right there and so forth. So, and over here, as you probably can tell, maybe you can't tell, but they're actually still finishing those over there. So the real estate is here. We're doing a real estate tour in Durban. Obviously, you know that, and so forth. So, and I'm gonna mention this, because on the stuff that's happening in the United States, and we all cannot ignore what's happening in the United States, and we all know that has nothing to do with us black Americans. I'm not gonna get into the politics of it, but it really has nothing to do with us. But unfortunately, I think we're gonna end up being part of what can I say? We really can't cover ourselves. So you probably don't need to wait to the last second, like the day they talking about closing the gates, for you to try to say, hey, now I want to go. No, you need to kind of start making your moves now.
When a wave starts, most people only notice when it's already crashing on the shore. Right now, we are watching a wave form, a wave of black Americans leaving the United States and setting up lives in South Africa, not as tourists, not as missionaries, not as charity workers, but as homeowners, entrepreneurs, and community members. And if you only measure this in terms of geography, you will miss what is actually happening. This is about quality of life. It's about choosing a daily existence that doesn't drain you mentally, financially, and physically. It's about recognizing that home can be a choice, not just an inheritance from where you happen to be born. The US has trained its citizens, especially black citizens, to believe it's the center of the world, that leaving it means giving up opportunities, status, or safety. But that is a propaganda rooted in decades of isolationist thinking. The truth, there are places where the same dollar stretches further, whether the space of life is healthier, where the air feels lighter, and South Africa is one of them. Cape Town and Durban stand out because they are not just African cities in the abstract sense, they are global connected hubs with infrastructure, diverse industries, and natural beauty that rivals anywhere in the world. You are not giving up model conveniency to live here. You are gaining space, beauty, and a kind of everyday dignity that is being eroded back in the States. One of the unspoken reasons people are leaving is that America has become a country where everything feels like a transaction. Neighbors don't know each other. Smiles are polite marks, not genuine moments. Every step of your day has a price tag. Even leisure comes with hidden cost. In South Africa, you can still find public spaces that belong to the people, beaches you can access without a membership or a parking app, and communities where the connection isn't dependent on your income bracket. Another factor, ownership. In the States, for many black Americans, home ownership has become a moving target. Rising property prices, gentrification, and predatory lending have made it early impossible to buy and keep a home in major cities without decades of debt. Here in South Africa, the same budget that gets you a cramped apartment in Los Angeles or New York could buy you a beachfront property or a spacious home with room to grow. That is not just a lifestyle change, that is generational leverage. But here is something most people overlook: the psychology shift that happens when you stop being a minority. In the US, no matter how successful you are still navigating spaces where you are the exception to the rule. In South Africa, you are not exceptional for existing, you are part of the majority. You see yourself in government officials, CEOs, store managers, bus drivers, doctors, every role. It erases an invisible tension that most black Americans have carried for so long they don't even recognize is there until it's gone. Then there is the food, not just the taste, the integrity. The soil here still produces food that hasn't been genetically altered beyond recognition. The meat hasn't pulled full of hormones to shave a few days off production time. Fruit have seed because that is how nature intended them to grow. It might sound small, but when the very building blocks of your diet are cleaner, your body responds. More energy, cleaner skin, better sleep. Over time that changes how you experience every day. And yes, South Africa has its challenges. Crime exists, corruption exists, infrastructure has weak spots, but these issues are visible and understood, not buried under the illusion of perfection that America sells while its own systems fail daily. The difference is that here, for many experts, those challenges feels like conditions to navigate, not cages to escape from. There is also a cultural rhythm that is hard to explain to everyone who hasn't lived here. Time moves differently. People value conversation for its own sake. A coffee meeting might stretch into 2 hours not because someone is wasting time, but because human connection is valued over the ticking clock. This pace doesn't make the country less productive, it makes life more livable. For many black Americans making the move, there is a growing awareness that staying in the US means staying in a constant state of vigilance. Political circles swing like pendulums, and each swing seems to bring fresh attempts to roll back rights, restrict movements, or tighten economic pressure. The wait and see approach is dangerous because the moment you decide to leave might be the moment the door closes. Moving now, or at least visiting and building connections, is about planting roots before you need them. It's about having options. Too often, people wait for a crisis to act, and by then, choices are limited. South Africa's appeal isn't just about escape, it's about engagement. It's about being in a place where you can see possibilities for yourself without the filter of America exceptionalism telling you what is realistic. It's about walking to a mountain views or ocean breeze and realizing that this can be normal, not a vacation. It's about being able to walk, create and live in an environment that doesn't push you for breathing. And perhaps, most importantly, is about legacy in America. Even most carefully built legacies can be dismantled by market crashes, medical debt, or systemic discrimination. In South Africa, the barriers hasn't gone, but they are different, and in many cases, more navigable for someone bringing skills, resources, and perspective from abroad. The trend we are seeing now is only the beginning. As more people visit and share their unfiltered experiences, the old narratives about Africa being dangerous or undeveloped are collapsing. Images of South Africa's beaches, wine estates, luxury apartments, and thriving cityscapes are forcing a recalibration of what is possible. And for many, that recalibration leads to a question: if they can live like that, why can't I? That is how movement starts, quietly, one family at a time, one apartment purchased, one business opened, and before long, the wave that started as a ripple is reshaping the shoreline.
And if you watch up to this extent, don't forget to please leave me your own thought in the comment section of what you think of this video. And please do not forget that we do not support any form of bullying and harassment. We are just here for educational and informative purposes. So lovelies, wanna just share your thought? Subscribe to this channel if you're yet to do that, and I will see you lovelies when I upload the next one.